you can let your experiences, these negative, or not negative, but these hard experiences empower you, or they can degrade you and demoralize you and burn you out. And so just choose to let them empower you. Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Today I wanted to share something that I've really had to apply during the hard times. And I realize I haven't really spoken about this, at least in these solo episodes, as much as I probably should, because this is a podcast about musician injury, and that's how to deal with those days when you just miss playing your instrument, because those times come all the time for those of us who are going through injury recovery, where we really just truly miss the thing that we love to do before our injury, right? Performing, or whatever your case was. Even if it was just like, even if you're not really a professional musician or pursuing that career, some people get hurt and it's their hobby, and they miss their hobby. And I would just want to acknowledge you if that's your case. A couple of months ago, I was in a concert. Well, I wasn't performing in it, but I was in the audience of a concert that a lot of my friends were performing, and it was kind of like the way I would compare it is like a pep rally for the School of Music. It was kind of, I think they call it like a BYU bash, and it's basically where a bunch of different performing groups from our School of Music perform. It's kind of like a way to open up the semester, and I just was sitting in the audience and just really kind of, it was one of those days where I was missing playing a little bit more than others, because a lot of my friends were on stage, and, I'm in my last semester and all that stuff. And a thought came to me while I was kind of sitting in that kind of melancholy feeling. It was almost like a strategy that I kind of just came up with that I wanted to share with you guys. And what I realized was that even though that sadness is not an easy thing to feel, what it also does is it shows you that your instrument or performing or whatever the case may be is still important to you. Because why would you grieve something that wasn't important to you, right? Or why would you grieve the loss of something that was very important to you or is very important to you? And it's been a while since I got hurt. I've gotten used to not performing. But I still feel that pang, right? That pain inside of not being able to do it, even now, a year and a half later. And but then I realized that was an acknowledgement from inside that this is still something I want to do, And so what I did was I acknowledged that sadness. And so this is the strategy. It's kind of a 3-step thing. And the first thing is to acknowledge it, right? Acknowledge that you're feeling sad and just recognize it. And then just give thanks, be grateful that you have that feeling. Because like I said, it is a manifestation of you being still, like that still being part of you. It's a manifestation of you being, still being a musician. And that's still something that's important to you. And then with that feeling of gratitude, just step 3 is just to continue in your resolve to keep moving forward. And there's not really much else that I want to share other than that today. It's just a really simple 3-step process. Is to just acknowledge that sadness, give gratitude for it still being an indicator that being a musician, that playing your instrument is still important to you and getting that back, and then resolve to keep moving forward. A couple other things that I had along in preparing for this episode was that it's not really the things in life, the events in life that define us or define our well-being or our state of being. It's really the meaning that we take from them. And so I'm not trying to put myself up on a pedestal or anything, but just looking back on that experience, when I felt that sadness, I could have gone down 2 roads. I'm glad that I went down the path that I did, right? And I just acknowledged it and moved forward. But the other path that I could have gone down, which I think is just a natural tendency for all of us, is to kind of throw a pity party for ourselves and to just kind of wallow in that sadness. And So whenever we go through these difficult times, I guess my point is that we have two choices. We can either go down the path of self-pity, and just kind of laying in that sadness and not doing anything about it, or we can acknowledge it, and choose to move forward. And then that meaning that we put to that experience of feeling that sadness actually empowers us rather than degrades us, or it doesn't demoralize us, I guess is the word that I'm trying to say. So I just invite you just to, when you feel those times coming, whether it's hit me in so many different times, going through difficult relationship points, and I want to be able to play my horn to navigate those feelings, or, going to concerts, writing music and not being able to test it out on my horn. It's just a bunch of different scenarios in which, you start to miss your instrument. But I would just invite you to apply those three principles, to apply those 3 steps. And another thing that I found in preparing for this episode is an Instagram post by Eric Whitaker, and he posts this actually, I think once a semester. I'm not sure if he actually teaches anywhere. I have to look that up, but he's been a music student, so he knows the grind. And so to all the college music students, or I guess we're all students of the music, no matter if we're in college or not. But he's always posts this. He says, "Music students, as the semester grinds on, you may feel intensely burnt out. You may even consider dropping out of music altogether. If that happens, go back and listen to your favorite recordings, make music with your friends, do anything that you can to remind yourself why you loved music before you started studying it. An education in music can be a very good thing, but it can also squeeze the life out of any love you ever had for it. Don't let it." And that would be my invitation to you as well. As you're missing playing, you can let that sadness or that loss squeeze the life out of the passion you ever had for music. And as Eric Whitaker says, don't let that happen to you. Don't let it, because you can let your experiences, these negative, or not negative, but these hard experiences, empower you, or they can degrade you and demoralize you and burn you out. And so just choose to let them empower you. And that's all I got for you today. I hope this helped. This 3-step process is something I apply a couple times a week. And I hope that as you begin to apply it, that it can help you just reframe everything. I guess the one of the biggest blessings I think that my injury has given me is just the gift of being more self-aware of when certain patterns that are in my life that lead me down certain emotional paths or physical paths or whatever. It's just made me aware of who I am as a person and what my tendencies are, and then as I've become more aware of my shortcomings, I have been able to find ways to fix them, and increase the amount of compassion that I have for myself and the compassion that I have for others. And so I hope you can feel that. I have been looking forward to recording this episode specifically for a couple of weeks, so that I could get this thing that has helped me out so much out to you guys. So keep on keeping on, guys. And until next time, keep trusting the process. Thanks for listening today. I hope you got as much out of it as I did. Make sure you share this with a musician you care about who is going through injury, a music educator in your life, or anyone just trying to make it in life. If you have a suggestion for a guest or topic to cover, shoot me an email at trustprocesspodcast@gmail.com or send me a message on Facebook or Instagram. Before we go, I just want to give a heartfelt thank you and shout out to my team: Daniel Baldwin, who is my audio engineer, Kevin West, who does all music and sound effects for the show, Peyton Womack, our website developer, and my sister, Dana Lovell, who created the logo and promotional materials. We wouldn't have the show without them. So tune in next time for another episode of Trust the Process.